Hello there and welcome to the World Poetry Cafe. This is a family performance poetry session with me, Paul Cookson. I've been a poet for 30 years, going to schools, libraries, festivals all over the world, and this time I'm coming live from my back bedroom with lots of poems. Some you can join in with, some you can listen to, some you can even do actions with wherever you are. This poem is called The King of All the Dinosaurs, Tyrannosaurus Rex, and here we have a fantastic picture of the T-Rex done by my friend Simon Smith. So I say the king of all the dinosaurs, Tyrannosaurus, and usually in an audience full of loads of children they go Rex. If you want to do that, join in. The king of all the dinosaurs, Tyrannosaurus. See, you didn't join in, did you? So we'll try it again, this time as loud as you can. The king of all the dinosaurs, Tyrannosaurus Rex, with talon feet and razor claws, leathery scales and monstrous jaws, the king of all the dinosaurs, Tyrannosaurus Rex. Sabre teeth no one ignores, it rants and raves and royally roars, the king of all the dinosaurs, Tyrannosaurus Rex. The largest of the carnivores, it stomps and chomps on forest floors, the king of all the dinosaurs, Tyrannosaurus Rex. It charges forward waging wars, gouges, gorges, gashes, gores, the king of all the dinosaurs, Tyrannosaurus Rex. Tyrannosaurus Rex. Tyrannosaurus Rex, that's the one. The very first house I had, about 30 years ago, more than that, had a very tiny bathroom, and occasionally the toilet seat used to balance over by itself. And I was cleaning my teeth one day, and I saw it balance over by the side, at the corner of my eye, by the side, and it reminded me a bit of a mouth closing. And I thought, if it had a mouth, it would have teeth. If it would have teeth, it would bite you, and therein lies the humour. So this poem is called The Bathroom Has Gone Crazy. The bathroom has gone crazy, far beyond belief. The sink is full of spiders and the toilet seat has teeth. The plug hole in the bath has a whirlpool underneath. It pulls you down feet first and the toilet seat has teeth. The toothpaste tube is purple. It makes your teeth fall out. The toilet roll is nettles and it makes you scream and shout. The towels have got bristles. The bubble bath is glue. The soap has turned to jelly and it makes your skin bright blue. The hot tap gushes forth with a sludge that is bright pink. The cold tap dribbles lumps of green that block the sink. The mirrors pulling faces at everyone it can, and the showers dripping marmalade and blackcurrant jam. Yes, the bathroom has gone crazy, far beyond belief. The sink is full of spiders and the toilet seat has teeth. Ooh. Usually, in an assembly or a performance, you say the toilet seat has teeth and the kids going, ooh, and they rise from their seats in unison, which is fantastic. True story about that poem. About 4 years ago, I was in a school and they said to me, will you go and see the children in nursery, the really tiny children? I did the poem about the toilet seat with teeth. At which point this little boy went, it sounds like there's a crocodile in the house. He was only 3.5 years old, and his teacher said, wow, he never says anything. So I said, let's turn his words into a poem. And this is the poem we started to write on that particular day, called The Crocodile in the House, which incidentally has become one of my favourite poems and also the title of my latest book. And usually what happens in this poem is you'll do the lines and do the actions, and people will join in with them and repeat them, one line at a time. So you go, big sharp teeth, open mouth, there's a crocodile in the house. And there's some rhymes in here, and I suspect at some point you'll be ahead of me with some of the rhymes. Anyway, here we go. Big sharp teeth, open mouth, there's a crocodile in the house. I did not smile, I did not laugh, there's a crocodile in the bath. I did not know what to think, there's a crocodile in the sink. I did not know what to do, there's a crocodile in the loo. Face turned white, eyes turned red, there's a crocodile in my bed. Then I did a crazy dance, there's a crocodile in my pants. I fed it a Mars bar, I fed it a Snickers. Usually at this point you're ahead of me in terms of the rhymes, and to be honest, most of you are right, it is that intellectual. I fed it a Mars bar, I fed it a Snickers, There's a crocodile in mud knickers. Big sharp teeth, open mouth. There's a crocodile in the house. And it's great fun to do. And when you write poems for a book, you always write too many. And then you can choose the best ones to go in the book. And you work with an editor. And I'll be honest with you, there are some poems that weren't allowed to go in the book. And I said to my editor, why can't we put this poem in the book? She said, I think it's too rude about the teachers. So obviously, you don't want to hear the poem that's too rude about the teachers, do you? Oh, you do? Really? Well, say it a bit louder. You'd like to hear the poem that's too rude about the teachers. Okay, well, it just so happens I have it here. All right? There we are. It's called The Teachers Don't Talk in the Staff Room. And it tells you the reason why. And I think this is true all over the world. There is one word to join in with at the end of every verse, and it rhymes. I think you'll get it. The teachers don't talk in the staff room when they are all on their break. We found out why. Peeping inside, they're always eating cake. The teachers don't talk in the staff room. Are they asleep or awake? Their voices are mumbling, their tummies are rumbling. They're looking forward to cake. The teachers don't talk in the staff room, but oh, the noises they make. They're chomping, they're chewing. What are they doing? They're stuffing their faces with cake. The teachers don't talk in the staff room, but all have tummy ache. Grunting and groaning, all of them moaning. I've eaten too much cake. The teachers don't talk in the staff room. So much time that they take on slices so big they eat like a, don't do that rhyming word, gobbling chocolate cake. The teachers don't talk in the staff room, but all are putting on weight, forgetting their diet. It's just like a riot. They're racing to get to the, they're chasing to get to the, they're fighting to get to the cake. And as I say, that is true all over the world in staff rooms. So that wasn't allowed in the book. However, this next poem was allowed in the book, and it's quickly become one of my favourite poems. I'm not even going to tell you the title, because when we get to the last three words, you will have already got the title then. If you laugh, I laugh too. If you cry, I'll cry with you. If you're sad, I'll hold your hand. I will try to understand. I will listen if you talk. I will follow when you walk. If you dance, we'll dance together. We can be friends forever. And this poem I want you to join in with. Not with your voices, but with your hands. I'll say a line and you can do the action. So listen carefully to the line, do the action with your friends, your family, whoever you're watching and listening with. These are the hands that wave. These are the hands that clap. These are the hands that pray. And these are the hands that tap. These are the hands that grip. These are the hands that write. These are the hands that paint. And these are the hands that fight. These are the hands that hug. These are the hands that squeeze. These are the hands that point. And these are the hands that tease. These are the hands that take. These are the hands that poke. These are the hands that give. And these are the hands that stroke. These are the hands that hold. These are the hands that love. And these two hands of ours, they fit us like a glove. And maybe you could write your own poems about hands and the sort of things they can do. I get ideas and inspiration for poems from lots of places, especially books I've read, especially children's books I've read. And this poem is called Picture This. And what I'd like you to do is see how many references you can get in this book. In this poem. How many book references you can get. Cover your eyes and don't take a look. Imagine the stories inside the book. Picture the pages, the words we have read, and bring them to life inside your head. Think of the colours, think of the features, the people, the pets, the monsters, the creatures. Think of the mountains, the sea and the sky, perfectly pictured in your mind's eye, like the wand of a wizard, glowing with light. The scar on his forehead, zigzag and bright. Snow in a wardrobe, glistening white. The eyes of a dragon, blazing at night. A bear in a scarf, a cat in a hat, an elephant patched, a Stanley that's flat, a pea green boat, a flying umbrella, a hungry, hairy caterpillar, the hunt for a bear, a Gruffalo's nose, a haunted house where nobody goes, a park keeper's hut, a puppy called Kipper, an apple, a witch, and one glass slipper. A giant so friendly, so funny, so big, a wolf on a search for a girl or a pig. Dinosaurs, pirates, aliens too, a boy called Henry, a teddy called Pooh. Yes, cover your eyes and don't take a look. Mix up the stories from every book. Picture the pages, the words we have said, and bring them to life inside your head. The salmon with the hat on was conducting with the baton. He tried to tune a tuna fish by playing on its scales, but the scales had all been flattened when the tuna fish was sat on purpose by a porpoise and a school of killer whales. So the salmon with the hat on fiddled with the baton. The angelfish got ready to play the tambourine. Things began to happen when the salmon with the baton was tapping at a pattern for the band of the Marines. There was a minnow on piano, a prawn with the horn, an otter on guitar, looking all forlorn, a whale voice quiet and a carp with the harp, a belly dancing jellyfish jiving with the shark. The octaves on the octopus played the middle eight, but they couldn't keep in time with the skiffle playing skate. The place on the bass began to rock and roll with the bloater in a boater and a Dover sole, a clam on castanets, eel on glockenspiel, oyster in a cloister, singing with the seal. The haddock had the headache from a deafening din, and the sword dancing swordfish sliced off a fin. A limpet on a trumpet, a flatfish on a flute. The kipper fell asleep with King Canute. Barracuda on a tuba sat upon a rock. The electric eel gave everyone a shock. The shrimp and the sturgeon, the stingray and the squid sang a four-part harmony on the seabed. The crab and the lobster gave the claws a flick, kept everyone in time with a click, click, click. Kept everyone in time with a click, click, click. Kept everyone in time with a click. Yes, the salmon with the hat on was tapping at a pattern, and things began to happen for the band of the Marines. It was an ocean of commotion of Atlantic proportion, the greatest show by schools of souls that ever had been seen. That's it. Thank you. Now, I do lots of work in schools, and I was in a school, and the boys and girls in the class I was working with said, "Can we write a poem about our school trip?" I said, "Of course we can. You can write poems about anything." I said, "Where did you go?" And they said, "We went to the zoo and it was crazy." I said, "Right, why was it crazy?" And they said, "We saw lots of animals." And I thought, that's not really that crazy, is it? That's what you expect to see at a zoo, lots of animals. So then we thought, what would happen if the animals were doing crazy things? And we had great fun writing a poem together. So much so that when I got home, I thought, I'll write my own poem about a crazy zoo. In fact, the first line of the poem is the line we wrote together in that class. This is called It's Crazy at the Zoo. There's a penguin eating pizza, a lion in the loo, a bear that wears pink underwear. It's crazy at the zoo. A rock and rolling rhino and a kung fu kangaroo, a hip-hop hippopotamus. It's crazy at the zoo. A ballet dancing buffalo and a tiny toot-toot-too. Elephants in spotty pants. It's crazy at the zoo. The zebra stripes are painted orange, red and blue. The tiger's pink and purple 'cause it's crazy at the zoo. A gecko with an echo is nagging the gnu. There's a giggling gorilla. It's crazy at the zoo. A parrot that is potty sings cock-a-doodle-doo. There's a crocodile with a toothless smile. It's crazy at the zoo. Monkeys wearing lipstick. It's bonkers, but it's true. Snakes in socks are tied in knots. It's crazy at the zoo. An orangutan that tangles with the cockatoo. A sloth that coughs and races off. It's crazy at the zoo. And all the clever keepers, they know just what to do. They're selling lots of tickets. They're selling extra tickets. They're selling lots more tickets because it's crazy at the zoo. I like structures to write poems, and especially if you're writing poems in classes. This is an alphabet poem. It's an A to Z of animal facts. So write your alphabet down, A to Z, pick an animal for every letter of the alphabet, and then write a fact about it. Although, you can write a fact that is just bonkers. It may not even be something they can even do, which is the point of the poem. This is called an alphabet of alphabetical facts you didn't know you knew. Ants cannot play tubas. Bats cannot hit cricket balls. Crocodiles can't rock and roll. Dolphins can't climb walls. Elephants can't fly. Flies can't ride a bike. Gnu's can't read the TV news. Horses cannot write. Iguanas cannot roller skate. Jaguars can't play guitars. Kangaroos can't conga, and llamas can't drive cars. Monkeys can't do crosswords. Newts can't play trombones. Orangutans can't deep sea dive. Penguins can't use mobile phones. Now we've come to the letter Q. This is my favourite line in the poem, and I've written it especially to see if the adults and teachers are listening to my clever and literary puns and jokes. Q. Koala bears can't spell. Thank you. Rhinos cannot tightrope walk. Squids cannot climb trees. Tarantulas can't squawk. Unicorns can't belly dance. Vipers cannot ski. Wombats cannot ice skate. And extinct things can't be. Yetis can't be spotted. Zebras can't turn blue. All these amazing facts you didn't know you knew. All these amazing facts, especially for you. An alphabet of animal facts, and all of them are true. And to be honest, whenever you say the word unicorn, people go, oh, I love unicorns. So here's a unicorn poem. It's a very short one. And I'll be honest, for many years I didn't write it because I thought I'd heard the pun, the idea from somewhere else. And then I couldn't find it, so I thought I must have thought of it. A crown well worn, exquisite form, a single ornate silver thorn, the unique horn, the unique horn, the unique horn of the unicorn. The hummingbird needs no words. This poem is a tanker. Wings that sing rhythms. The hummingbird needs no words, yet we know its tune. Tune into those good vibrations. Everyday creation song. And this next poem is about, it's called Mum and Me. Now, it's not about my mum and me. There are elements of my mother in this poem, but it's about somebody with their mum spending quality time. And some things in here are about my mum. Some will be about your mums as well. Just Mum and Me. We didn't do anything special today. Just Mum and me. Raining outside, nowhere to go. Just Mum and me. So we baked and talked and talked and baked and baked and talked. Just Mum and me. She told me about when she was young and how her gran baked exactly the same cakes on rainy days and baked and talked to her. She remembers her friends, the games they used to play, the trees they used to climb, the fields they used to run around in, and how summers always seemed to be longer and sunnier. And Mum smiled a smile I don't often see, the years falling away from her face. And just for a moment, I caught a glimpse of the girl she used to be. And we didn't do anything special today. Raining outside, nowhere to go. So we baked and talked and talked and baked. Just Mum and me. I ate and listened and listened and ate. We didn't do anything special, but it was special. Really special. Just Mum and me. Just Mum and me. I believe in angels, not those who sit on clouds on high, play harps, have wings that sprout and fly. I believe in angels, not those who dress in gowns of white, beneath their halos gleaming bright. I believe in angels, not those who live in far off heaven, but those unknown who we are given, those who shimmer, those who shine, who put their own lives last in line, those whose wings of love enfold us, those who listen, those who hold us, those whose wisdom is imparted, those who heal the broken-hearted. Ordinary angels, gold that's undiscovered. I believe in angels. Have you met my mother? Whatever you do, always take time to dream. Take time to daydream. Look out of every window. Lose yourself in clouds and sky. Drown your imagination in the lakes and the seas. Entwine yourselves in the branches of trees. Hide in caves and hide in darkened shadows. From one solitary grain of sand to the furthest star. Sit back, reach out, and take the time to daydream. Then dream those daydreams real, one grain of sand at a time. Sometimes as a poet you get letters from other poets saying, we're doing a book about a certain thing, can you write a poem about it? And a few years ago somebody was doing a book about journeys. Can you write a poem about journeys? I wrote possible journeys down and then I mixed them up and came up with this poem. It's called Stairway to the Clouds. I took a stairway to the clouds and a camel to the moon, a trampoline to Timbuktu and a rocket to my room, a skateboard to the Red Sea, a submarine to Mars, a freight train to Atlantis, and I dived up to the stars. Parachuting on the ocean, I rode my bike down deep. I took a racing car to bed and drove myself to sleep. I caught a bus that flew to a bridge across the seas, and then in my canoe I slalomed through the trees. I scooted on thin ice, space hoppered into space. With ice skates on the running track, I raced the human race. I bounced upon my pogo stick all round the equator. I scaled the peak of Everest thanks to an elevator. I rope swing through the cities, piggyback through towns, ride horses down the rivers and ski deep down underground. I swim across the deserts. I surf on escalators. I roller skate on glaciers and leapfrog high skyscrapers. I travel many places in many different styles, near and far and deep and wide, millions of miles. No matter how I wander, no matter where I roam, of all these special journeys, the best one is back home. Thanks be to all magicians, the ones we never see, who toil away both night and day weaving spells for you and me, the ones who paint the rainbows, the ones who salt the seas, the ones who purify the dew and freshen up the breeze, the ones who brighten lightning, the ones who whiten snow, the ones who shine the sunshine and give the moon its glow, the ones who buff the fluffy clouds and powder blue the skies, the ones who splash the colours on the sunset and sunrise, the ones who light volcanoes, the ones who soak the showers, the ones who wave the waves and then open up the flowers, the ones who polish icicles, the ones who scatter stars, the ones who cast their magic spells upon this world of ours. Thanks to one, thanks to all, invisible and true, nature's magic, heaven sent to earth for me and you and you and you. Thank you. People often ask me, what is your favourite poem? And in many of the poems I've done today are favourites. My all-time favourite poem is the one I'm going to do next. And this is called Let No One Steal Your Dreams. And when I say dreams, I don't mean those things you have at night that you have no control over. I mean ambitions, things you want to do, places you want to go, people you want to meet. I didn't know when I was a small boy that I wanted to be a poet. I didn't even write poetry as a small boy. I started doing that as a teenager. The first thing I wanted to be was a footballer, like many boys my age. And then I wasn't good enough. And then I got into music. As a teenager, I wanted to be a rock and roll star and write songs and be in a band, and I couldn't sing and play guitar, so I started writing poetry. But again, you never think that poetry is going to be a job. I became a teacher. After a while, I met some poets. They went into schools. I thought, maybe I could do that. So 30 years ago, I stopped being a teacher full time, and I started to be a poet. And since then, I've spent my life travelling, not just in the UK, but all over the world, to schools and festivals, performing the poems. I've also done over 60 books and sold over 1 million books. And if somebody had told me all that 30 years ago, I would not have believed it at all. The fact that poetry has allowed me to work with some of my favourite people, or my favourite football team, for instance. I support a team called Everton. They're not brilliant, they're my team though. But 3 years ago, I got an email from Everton Football Club, and they said, will you write a poem for our season ticket campaign? I wrote this poem. It was then made into a film, not with my voice, but it was made into a film. An actor read it out. If you're interested, look up on YouTube, Everton Home Poem, or on my website, paulcooksonpoet.co.uk. It's on there. And the first time I saw that film, I was at Goodison Park, where Everton play. 40,000 people, and the film was played on the big screen. And my name was mentioned. And there was a round of applause at the end. And that was fantastic, 40,000 people applauding my poem. So if you've got ambitions and dreams and things you want to do, don't let anybody tell you they can't happen, because they can. They might take a long time, but they can. And the other thing I love about this poem is it's been adopted by lots of schools as their school motto, their school mission statement, as the leavers poem when children leave primary school or secondary school. Some schools have turned it into songs as well. So it's my favourite poem. Let no one steal your dreams. Let no one steal your dreams. Let no one tear apart the burning of ambition that fires the drive inside your heart. Let no one steal your dreams. Let no one tell you that you can't. Let no one hold you back. Let no one tell you that you won't. Set your sights and keep them fixed. Set your sights on high. Let no one steal your dreams. Your only limit is the sky. Let no one steal your dreams. Follow your heart and follow your soul, for only when you follow them will you feel truly whole. Set your sights and keep them fixed. Set your sights on high. Let no one steal your dreams. Your only limit is the sky. Just before I go, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope you've enjoyed the poems. They are available in books, or I believe if you want to donate, there's a box that you can do so on the website. I'm going to finish with 2 poems. One is called A Favourite Book and a Comfy Chair. I just can't wait to be with you. Time flies by when you are there. You take me to another world. A favourite book and a comfy chair. You fill my head with images and feelings I can't wait to share. You touch all my emotions. A favourite book and a comfy chair. And where you go, I'll follow. And you can take me anywhere. Horizons disappear with you. A favourite book and a comfy chair. This poem is full of surprises. Each line holds something new. This poem is full of surprises, especially for you. It's full of tigers roaring, and it's full of loud guitars. It's full of comets soaring, and it's full of shooting stars. It's full of pirates fighting. It's full of winning goals. It's full of alien sightings, and it's full of rock and roll. It's full of rainbows beaming, and full of eagles flying. It's full of dreamers dreaming, and it's full of teardrops drying. It's full of magic spells, and full of wizards' pointy hats, and full of fairy elves, and full of witches and black cats. It's full of dragons breathing fire, and full of dinosaurs. It's full of mountains reaching higher and full of warm applause. It's full of everything you need and full of more besides. It's full of food the world to feed and full of fairground rides. It's full of love and happiness and full of dreams that are come true. It's full of things that are the best, especially for you. It's jammed and crammed and packed and stacked with things both old and new. This poem is full of surprises, especially for you and 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 especially you. Thank you very much. I'm Paul Cookson. Hopefully see you again sometime on the World Poetry Cafe. Enjoy.